Hey Karen, how you doing?
Hey, Steve, and it's another week and it's always fun.
Exactly. I've been talking to a group of business owners in the last week or so. We all got together, and I kept hearing about the grind. They're grinding it out.
The
And
hustle.
it's like I'm busy, I'm so busy, I'm busy, 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 being busy, being busy. And it just goes on and on and on, and it's tiring. And what I found is they have a business, yes. They don't have the systems and everything in, but they're working in their business and not on their business. And I've said this many a times to many people, because I'm sure you've seen it too. They're
Hmm.
so stuck in their business, can't even pull their head out of the sand for a moment to start working on their business. And there is a big difference.
There is, but let I want to have you rewind a little bit
Yeah,
because every single person I hear this from, and I recognize it. I recognize that they're working, whether they're working in or they're working on.
right.
But what they'll do is they'll just say, "Well, I'm working my business. I'm doing the business." They don't know the difference. They have no clue
True.
what it means to be on your business or in your business.
You're absolutely
Like,
right. To them, it's like we're speaking Greek.
mhm, yeah,
And they're like, what do you mean? I work 20-hour days. I'm working on my
I
business. You're
I haven't
working.
had a day off in 6 months.
Yeah. No, you're working in your business. You are your best employee right now.
There's not just that though, and I'm going to throw this in because we'll cover it both. Not only is working in the business like as your best employee, but it's where they're so focused on things that aren't actually doing anything
Ugh.
for their business as well, and that's making them work
Oh,
in their business instead of on the business because the focus and the direction is just like upside down.
and I've been there. I know that, and that's what prompted me to get a coach long, long time ago. Because I'm looking at every shiny object. I'm doing everything in the business, accounting, marketing, operations, janitorial, everything. And it was
Mhm.
killing me. And when I got a coach, they're like, let's focus on things that are growing your business. Stop 90% of your activities.
Yeah,
That's when I started working on my business and not in my business. And I got to
and
tell you, it feels much better when you do that.
and I think the one piece of this needs to be a whole other episode because one of the best pieces of advice I ever got for working on my business instead of in my business was this is, well, how much do you charge for an hour of your time?
Hmm.
If you could pay someone less than that, why aren't you doing that? And like I said, this
Exactly.
is a whole other episode because this is talking about, starting building a team,
Yeah.
outsourcing, and everything like that. But that's another way that people get caught being in their business rather than
Mhm.
on their business.
And you're absolutely right. I don't know how many times worked with a company doing 33 million a year. Guess what the CEO did on his weekends? This is going
Do
to
not
make
tell me
a lot.
he didn't audit the books or something, did he? He didn't do the accountant's job.
He didn't because he didn't understand accounting, but he cleaned the entire facility, emptied the trash cans, cleaning it, went on a Saturday and a Sunday. So that's someone who should be outsourcing that, not him doing it, because his time was much more valuable.
Now, I will say there is an argument as a CEO or owner or founder doing that on occasion to
Yeah,
show that you're in it with your
right.
team, but it is
But
not
that's
something
different.
that is your job.
Right. He was doing it.
Be
No
in
one
it with
even
your
knew
team.
about it. People
Oh
come in
my
on Monday
goodness.
morning. Wow, everything's clean. No one knew it was him.
Yeah. So let's dispel what is in your business. Let's say we just had someone, they started a business 6 months ago. Doesn't matter what the business is, it really doesn't matter. What is something that tells you they are in their business instead of on their business? Give me
The one,
an exact process they're doing.
oh, well, we hear this. I'm doing everything. And
Yes.
I had to put that in air quotes for those of you who are listening because what is everything? That means you're probably stretching yourself so thin on doing tasks and everything, literally everything, that you're not comfortable with. Maybe you hate accounting, but yet you're struggling through it and it's sucking the life out of you, taking all the time, when you can hire someone for literally, it'd be a lot less because your time's more valuable, and have them do it. That's going to free you up to
Mm.
think. And one of the things I've worked with people on is blocking time to be strategic on your business. Now, we're going to have to go a little deep on this because I have
Uh,
to always explain this one. Well, I'm so busy. You're
yeah.
telling me it take 2-3 hours every week and block time out. Absolutely. I swear to God, it's going to help you grow.
I'm gonna say, being conservative as an estimate here, between the two of us, we have probably, through some of our nonprofit outreaches, we've done nonprofit mentorships with different company organizations, different small business organizations, associations. Would you think it'd be fair to say that between the two of us, we've probably spoken to at least 3,000-4,000 small businesses over the last,
Oh,
through the nonprofit feedback in the
oh,
last few years?
easy. Between all my mentoring and other nonprofits, as well as, coaching, consulting, workshops,
Mhm.
everything, easy. And
Easy.
but this strategy is one, I don't care what size company are. You could be startup, you could be doing 10 million, you could be 100 million, whatever. Don't you think CEOs at the top levels, the biggest CEOs, top 30 companies in the world, you know what the CEO does once a week? This locks his door, puts his phone on do not disturb, has his executive assistants block everything and anyone. Email is off. His computer is off. He sits and looks at the papers, the finances, and strategizes for the next week, next month, next year, every single week.
Mhm.
He's always keeping the eye on the prize. And that's what anyone can do.
Well, I wanted to take it even more basic than that with what we were just saying, because you want to know the one thing that's always surprised me about all the different consultations, specifically when I've done it for where I've been doing it as me volunteering my time to give back to the small business community. I tend to find that when people are paying for it, they're a little bit further ahead in this piece.
Right.
The amount of them that their goals for their business, if they have one, we are lucky to see that it's for that week or that month. Don't even think 3 months from now, 6 months, a year, five. That doesn't exist. And if it does, the goal is so throwing something on a wall, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be $1 million business. Great, how? Well, I'm
Right.
going to be $1 million. Okay, so I'm going to be $1 million. Okay, what are you off? What's the deal?
Yeah. So that's where that grind comes in because they're working towards that $1 million business, but they don't have any focused direction. If you just take the time out every week and put some strategy in place, what are you going to work on next week to move your business towards your goal? That's what you work on. And I swear
Yeah.
you're going to notice now you're working on your business. You need to hire an employee. Great. That could be a goal, but then get deep into it. What will
Mhm.
this employee do? How are you going to onboard them? Let's go deep. That's the strategy. That's working on your business. Hiring a warm body that passes the mirror tests. And I know
I've
Karen's
made
rolling
that
her eyes.
mistake. I've made the mistake. I've done that before.
We all have.
We all have, and it was like it
Yeah,
was an expensive mistake, but that's okay.
that's it. And we all learn the hard way with the mirror test. If they're breathing,
Mhm.
you're hired. That
Or you
is
feel sorry for them.
right. Guess what you're going to end up doing? You're working harder now in your business. Now you're really stuck. You just had
Yeah,
a quicksand in your own office. That's all
yeah.
you did.
But the first step to working on instead of in is, what is your damn goal for your business? Like,
Oh my God.
seriously.
Yeah.
And what is your audience? How are you going to get the word out? How are you going to do the implementation? What's your process? What's your framework? You, I have one question I ask small businesses when I'm in consultation with them, and I know immediately if they're on or in. I ask them, well, how many clients or how much of an output can you handle?
Mm-hmm.
They
What's your
tell me, I says,
capacity?
what's your capacity? And then they tell me, and I say, so if next week, let's say they tell me they could handle 10 clients a week. Just as a real, I like easy numbers because not everyone, when you get into real numbers, it kind of scares people. Great, next week you have 12 clients. What are you going to do?
Right.
And they go, uh, I guess I'm working another day in the week, and no, I won't be able to shut down by 8. I need to stay up till 10. And their answers all are about how much more work can they do, how much more can
Right.
they add on to their plate.
And that brings into another thing, working on in your business so much. For any business to grow, any business, doesn't matter, service, manufacturing, brick and mortar, goes on, you need to bring on people. You have to bring on people. You're thinking, wait, I barely have enough work for me as I'm doing now. Well, if you have a plan, guess what? You're going to need people at some point in time to help run your business, but you need to have a plan in place to who to hire first, what will their tasks and duties be to get it off of your plate. Put your ego to the side, folks. Don't micromanage. And you know this, Karen. In one of my businesses, I intentionally hired people way smarter than me that did specialized things that I had no clue about. They helped me
Mhm.
grow my business threefold, easy,
Yeah,
because they were
yeah,
experts in their part of their world. It got it off my plate because I didn't want to learn it or do it. They loved
yeah.
it.
I, I'm going to say something controversial right now. With how technology is being and AI, some of this shit, you don't even have to hire a person.
Right.
Literally, go watch a freaking YouTube channel on how to set up an AI agent to handle one piece of your business.
Yeah.
My gosh, off your plate. Verify and check it, and you verify and
You
trust
still,
always. You don't
yeah.
just let go and live your life merrily. But it's not even about hiring people if you're so
Mhm.
new and so in the weeds. Spend half an hour and set some automations up. It's not
Mhm.
even full blown AIs, automations with your email, automations with your newsletters, automations with your messaging, automations in your email. How many of you got auto filing in your email? If an email comes from this person, it automatically goes into this folder.
Exactly.
Seriously, get a system.
And then that's exactly what I preach when I'm talking to people. The systems are going to get you to where your goals are. Because one day you probably want to sell your business or have it acquired or merge. Or if you think you're going to pass it down to legacy, that's your kids. They don't want it, by the way. And but if you don't have these operating procedures in place in your business, guess what? You don't have a business to sell. I hate to
You have
be
an
that.
expensive hobby.
Yeah, you have an income stream, but you're always going to be grinding it out. So when you go on vacation, guess what? Your business is closed.
I don't know about you, is I use a project manager system that helps me get my stuff done. It also helps me schedule my time, but I have some repeating items on that.
Mhm.
I have a block of time that is set aside that comes up that every single week I have to do creative development time, which is different than systems development time.
Right.
But and I also have a systems development time. I also have a visibility check development time. I have these different blocks,
Right.
and these are things not me working in my business, but on my business because well, where is it now? Where is it in relation to the goal? What do I need to change? What do I need to implement? And how to do it. Those are on my schedule every single week.
Yeah.
No choice.
Yeah, that's working on your business, but you have systems set up. That can be hand it over to someone else who can duplicate it, can live it, be it. But if you're
Mhm.
it working in your business, and if you leave your business, there is no business.
Right.
But if you
Yeah.
work on it, creating the processes, the systems, getting personnel in, having everything written down, having systems in place, you have something that you can sell to someone. So when you leave, it still moves forward.
Yeah. And the one that I've had a lot of pushback from coaches and mentors is I have a weekly schedule for my visibility checking.
Hmm.
What this is I'm checking where I'm coming up on different things, where I'm coming up in different search engines, who's talking about me, where the conversations are, who's circle, where's my name running in circles. Oh, well, you could always have someone else do that. I absolutely could, but
It's
I do
critical
it
to your
myself
business.
on a purpose. I do it
Mhm.
critically for me because my business is very name related to me.
Right.
And here's the thing, you can pay someone to check where your visibility is every single day. And if you don't find out or don't get feedback or report or listen to that, half your plan is screwed.
That's it. And we're saying, folks, even as the leader in your business, the owner, you still have to check things out. I mean, I know Karen knows this. At one of the businesses was turning around, every week we had a Monday meeting with all the departments. Ended up being like 38 people in the room, went fast and furious. Everyone had their stuff together, but we had systems in place. So every department would look at their business plan, their financials. Is it going towards the monthly goal that we all worked on together for the business plan? And is it on track for the annual goal? And let's set up next year's while we're talking about this month's. Guess
Mhm.
what? That's systems. Now that's working on the business. I didn't create the business plan. I didn't create the budgets. I didn't have to do anything. I facilitated it and working on the business at a higher strategic level. They are boots on the ground. They're doing it. All I did was make sure, are we on track and where can we be next year at the same time?
And you bring up a good point. I mean, we don't have to do everything to be,
No,
keeping an eye on it. But the biggest mistake is the absolute biggest mistake I've seen is where people refuse to work in the business and only on the business to the
right.
point where they give out a to-do list to somebody and they just assume it gets done and they never once go back and look at,
Mm,
was it done? Was it done to the level expected? Did it have the
right.
impact? Was it carried? They just, well, I know, why should I check it? I have people to check it.
You still are, at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. If you own and
Yes.
operate your own business, you still have to get eyeballs on this. I mean, I still read all the financials. So I knew going into the meeting what every department was doing. I want to hear it from them. That way I can question things if I don't see what they see.
Mhm.
But that was my strategic plan on Friday afternoons, shutting my doors and putting really deep thought into this to grow the business instead of accepting what they told me. Okay, it sounds all peachy. And then 6 months down the road, I find out it's not.
And so many people I've seen be burned by that. They've just
Oh,
assumed that someone was doing something
yeah.
and they never once spoke to them about it.
Right. So that's the difference between working in it, on it. On it, you still have the pulse. Don't let go of the pulse of your business.
No, it's not
Have
what
the
we're saying at all.
focus. Have that long-term vision. You're now the entrepreneur instead of the technician, as Michael Gerber puts it. And you're not the manager all the time. You're still the entrepreneur. It's your business, but you need to put some strategy, some thought in it to work on it.
Yeah. And if you are brand new, you're a startup and you don't have the capital to hire people, hey, get it,
Yeah.
understand it, been there, done
Vince,
that, got the
yes.
t-shirt. I think I've got the cap too and the backpack and everything else.
I got the scars.
Oh, let's not talk about the scars. That's painful. Okay. Those hurt because the screw ups hurt.
Yeah.
If you are not scheduling time to have a strategic overview, to plan your goals, to do a map out, to think, well, where is it that I want to be? What do I want to do? How do I do this? then you are just drowning in your own business. You're drowning in a income producing hobby
Yeah.
that at the end of the day, you're never going to get it beyond drowning.
That's it. This is why I do a strategic plan at the end of every year and the beginning of every year for businesses, because they don't understand the budgeting, where you want to be every month, your check-in points, your milestones. And don't you think I do that for my business too?
Mhm.
Yes. And what I do is, and Karen knows this, right between like Thanksgiving and Christmas, people get a little, well, holidays, and I'm doing the air quotes again, because that's the time you put your foot on the gas, not take off your foot.
Yes.
I schedule
Oh my
appointments
gosh.
filling up my January and February while everyone is so busy dealing with holiday stuff. Well, guess what, folks? Business is business. It still moves forward. Yes, take time for yourself, for your family. Absolutely. But stay focused in your business. This is your business.
Set
It's
yourself up to take that time.
take the time, but also
Yeah.
plan.
Hey, but and I know for Arizona, this is also very true. The amount of small business go, but it's just slow in like July and August, and it's a struggle because no, I've never had that problem.
I'm always busy in those months because, whoa, I have a plan throughout the whole year.
Don't let something be an excuse because someone
Right.
else told you it's not going to happen. Come up with a strategic plan. And being strategic, and I know again, this is something that we will talk about in another episode. All these episodes are interlaced because there is no way we can what goes on in our brains, we can't dump it all in one.
Plus, you
Is
wouldn't want to know it.
people, God, can you imagine a 53-hour podcast about everything in our brains?
That'd be on one
So much
side.
coffee. You need coffee and I need tea, so much of it. But here's something else that people do that are in their business, not on their business. When they feel like the pain or the struggle or they're worried clients aren't coming through, products aren't coming up, services aren't the same, whatever it is, their initial response is to add a new service or a new line or a new product or a new system instead of strategically looking at what they have. The amount of people I've spoken to, it's that, well, I'm a life coach that also does business coaching, that also does financial coaching, that also does Reiki, massage, essential oils, horseback riding lessons, dog walking, and I DoorDash, as well as I have,
Yeah, that's insanity at
oh,
the highest level.
but those are the people that immediately I clock. They are so in their business, they have not once strategically overviewed their
Right.
business plan. So if
And
your first thought is, well, let me add something,
mm-mm.
back up, back up, back up, back up.
Halt. Stop it. Focus. Why are you in business? What is your purpose? Stick to that. Now you have ancillary product, but everything Karen just mentioned about that, they're are they really related? It's a stretch on a lot of that. But focus
Yeah,
on what your business model is and put the strategy and the processes in place for that. And now watch what happens when you grow.
yeah.
It's crazy. I mean,
Oh,
HVAC guy, air conditioning and heating, right? All he wanted to
mhm.
do is this. And then he goes, but if I brought in all these other things that didn't have anything to do with heating and air conditioning, repairs and installation, I was like, why are you bringing that in your business? Well, I need the money at these months. Stop it. Let's focus on your business and what you do. And once he started understanding that and focused on it, that's his passion, that's his love. And oh, he had a strategic plan all of a sudden and knew where he needed to go, and his business grew. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I actually had a client like that, and I told him to do something, and he thought that this idea was so stupid, no one would ever take it up on him, and he could not believe that this was a thing. I said, so when's your busiest months for your AC repairs? He's like, honestly, it's like June and July. It's when it starts to kick in and they realize something wasn't right from the previous month. Okay, so how much do these repairs normally cost? Gave me the number. And if they need to replace it, how much does it cost? Gave me a number. I says, well, let's say you're replacing it's going to cost they're normally $10,000. He goes, well, that's about right. What if you did a year-round subscription that covered repairs and maintenance for that unit and gave them a 50% discount on that unit if they needed to replace it? He's like, oh my, that just cost me so much money. That cost me so much money. We broke it all down. He was literally recouping the cost of his products, but he was being paid 6 months of the year that he wasn't even speaking to these individuals.
Right.
And he was like, I think he said he was up like 180% in profit the first year alone that he launched that.
See, that's the difference. When you put some strategy in your business, take the time, put some focus in it, start working on it versus in it. So hopefully we got that point across. Grinding it out and killing yourself that's working in your business. Putting some strategy in place to start breathing, relaxing, taking time to think things through, that's working on your business.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to do something, learn.
Yeah. That's it. No, we've been there. We've been there. And I learned the hard way. And that's why I got a coach. And guess what? It changed my entire life, not just my business life, my personal life. Because all of a sudden, instead of doing everything, I was hyper focused and grew my business. And I'm working less and it's growing and I'm having more fun. Wait, what?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, that makes no sense, Steve. What the hell are you talking about?
And I love the strategy part now that I was hyper focused and I lived and died by that strategy, and it helped me grow multiple businesses because I was so into like planning and looking forward instead of reacting all the time, which gets old, folks. God, that reaction stuff gets so old.
And I'm just going to tell you, because I know both Steve and I have done it, we are very much so on our business rather than in our business. Have you had to react to something in your business in the last 6 months? Yes.
Just one thing. Yes, one thing.
Yeah. Same here. It happens. You're still going to have to react to something. You're never going to get everything away.
Right. But when I have to react, and I know you did the same thing, stop, breathe. First, just stop. Don't go right into it. Breathe. Come up with a plan of action. And guess what? Now execute your plan. That's working on, even though it's a reactive situation, that stopping and breathing is the greatest thing any business owner can do. Just don't jump right in it.
So I think to wrap this up, because this is a huge topic, I want you to give 3 things that they need to do to be on their business instead of in the business. And I'll give 3 things. And I will try not to repeat yours. Let's see if we can do this. Don't stump me too much. Or maybe I'll let you do one and then I'll do one. We just won't repeat each other because otherwise it'd be too hard on me.
You should have an annual strategic plan for your business, and it needs to be broken out month to month. This way, are you getting to your goals? They're little milestones along the way, and they're wins.
And make it a progressive ramp-up goal. The amount of people that I see that just say, well, I'm going to do this much, and they expect to do that the first month and the last month. No. It's going to be step by step by step. It's growth.
Yeah, sometimes you have to put something in front before you put the next thing in front of it.
So to work on your business instead of your business, I'm going to say, when you come up with a plan or a strategy of a thought, one of the first things you can need to think of, and it's not a fun one, is, so what could go wrong? Actually have a plan for things go wrong, because 9 times out of 10, if you think of everything, I'm not trying to say be negative and be all down on yourself.
No, don't.
You're trying to prevent those things from happening. Right. So make the plan, like Steve said, and then what could go wrong?
Play a little devil's advocate with yourself.
I'll get someone you can play devil's advocate with, because I use you all the time for that, and you use
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I know my next tip's gonna it's gonna definitely make some comments going on.
Okay,
And
come
I'm gonna
on.
hear a lot of buts. Let's get rid of the buts.
We all have butts, but
We
yours
don't need
doesn't
it in
need to
this
stink.
situation. Write it down. Oh Lord, if it's in your head, you know what that's called? A dream. That's not goals. That's not your plan. Write it down. And I know Karen knows I did this because I took a picture of this a couple years ago of my office covered in white paper, broke down every little part of my business down to the minutia. And guess how long it took me to write all that out about my whole business? It's going to be crazy.
Not long, because you'd already got it sorted.
Yep. One full day, but it was all written down on day two, which took me 1 hour. I put it in a plan. I have my year planned out, but I put deep thought into it. But you have to write it down. I know people are going to go, well, what about if I do templates and graphs and use online and this and that? Yes, you can do it, but I'm telling you, there's something about writing it down that's going to connect with you.
Write it down first and do the pretty stuff later.
Yeah. Oh, I make it pretty afterwards, but write it down.
And my second thing, I'm gonna make you spend some money. Not a lot of money.
Oh,
Good. But this, if you do this right, it'll cost you less than $100.
mhm.
Okay. You can have an online planner, that's fine. I mean, I pay for a subscription that helps me plan stuff out, but I also have a planner that is a week by week timed, dated, physical paper planner, which also has the dates and goals and to-do lists on that 1 week, a monthly overview, and a
Mhm.
financial overview. Personally, I know you have your own. I use Clever Fox because I found that one works best for me for how it's set up because it has the weekly, the monthly, and the financial.
Right.
So get yourself a freaking planner and use it, as well as use your digital, and get yourself some form of physical calendar, whether it be one on the wall, one on the desk, because you need to be able to look at a month without having to pull up your phone or turn on your computer to see if you've got shit going on.
Right. I know
So
that.
spend some money and buy a planner and buy a calendar.
And I still have a paper calendar and everything's on it, including all my marketing, what goes out
Mm-hmm.
when. It's all detailed. Why? Because I did my strategic planning and I don't have to get to the month and go, what am I going to post? What am I going to do? No, it's already been planned out. So the stress level goes down. That's working on your business. Working in your business is trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure all this out at the last minute and increasing your heart rate and your blood pressure. We're trying to help you
Yeah.
stop that stuff.
Well, we did that here with the marketing for tea and coffee.
Yeah.
Because right now, I think what we're about a month ahead on podcast, so we're recording this in October, but this
Hmm.
one's probably going to land in December
Yeah.
because
But we're
we're ahead of the
planned
game.
out.
But also, our marketing's planned out.
Yeah.
Everything's done. We so plan it out. Have a paper calendar. I'm telling you, it will be your lifesaver.
Mm. Sounds crazy. Even I know there's new school people, but I kid you not, I do paper and electronic.
Mm-hmm.
So I am good either way. I lose one or misplace one, I got the other one. One's very visual. One is beeping at me all the time in my pocket. I would say for a third tip is, listen, folks, I didn't come up with this all one day. Like, hey, I'm gonna be strategic in my business and start working on it instead of in it. I got help. I hired a coach, as I mentioned, but I also started belonging to business groups of like-minded people in mastermind groups as well. And guess what? I went to them because I don't know everything and not does everyone else in the room, but I can hit a problem or something and put it out to the group. And all of a sudden, they're giving me ideas, suggestions, resources, a different way of looking at things. And it really helped me build my business strategically, and a lot of them have been there, done it many times before as well. But I'd say even a mentor, an advisory board, whatever you need, just get some external help so you don't buy your own BS and someone can give you a different viewpoint that you probably never thought of, and it'll help you grow your business.
Before I go to my last, I want to add something to this because this is something that I'm seeing a lot of people online stating to do to cover that. They're telling you to tell your AI to be this
No,
bounce back. Don't, because here's the
don't.
thing. The AIs are actually currently, they're not sentient. They're designed to be mirrored back to you.
Mhm.
So you could tell it that you are now planning this amazing thing that you think is a fantastic thing in your head. And all it is taking you so far off track. They'll say, oh my goodness, that is the best. Oh, you are a genius. You are a CEO from the gods. So
Exactly.
don't think you can use AI to do that. AI can help you brainstorm and come up with some ideas, but they should not be your last resort for that because it is not
Agreed.
sentient. So, okay. So seeing as I'm the last one, I'm always going to get the difficult one, right?
Yep, this today.
Oh, yeah. It's my fault because I did it. Own your fuck ups.
Oh yeah.
Own them. But if you are not good with numbers, because the amount of people I speak to are in business go, oh, I hate doing accounting. I hate doing numbers. I hate that part. I hate that. Great, fantastic. Well, you know what that tells me? You need someone to do it for you. And there are many bookkeepers out there with many different packages. Guess what? You could find one in your price range. If
Absolutely.
you are terrible at marketing, either learn how to or hire someone. Just because it's something you struggle with does not mean that that has to bring down your business, bring down you, or take you a lot of time and energy. Own the stuff that you can't do, be honest about it, be genuine about it, and then either choose. You've got two choices here: learn or hire. And the sooner you do that strategically, that'll take you from being in your business to on your business.
That's it. Start gaining that knowledge to start working strategically, working on it, not grinding it out, working in it. And I think it's a good time to talk about our accountability group.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Go ahead. You can.
Yeah.
That was the best thing I ever did. And you were the one that brought me into these accountability groups. Was it like
Mhm.
4 years ago now?
Yeah. I mean, so been running this accountability group, and what it is, short, fast, and fierce. Business owners get in there, and we incorporated this with our mastermind, and I just pulled that little piece out of it. So everyone says, here was my goals from last week to this week. Did I hit them? I hit them or I didn't hit them. No excuses are allowed. Now, there's a difference of types of excuses. An excuse is I wasn't feeling good enough, so I just didn't do it. Okay. Or I got
I
busy being busy.
I got caught up watching Wednesday on Netflix.
Yeah, that's a bad excuse. That we don't buy. Okay, I got COVID and I was in the hospital for 5 days last week. Okay, say that. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. But then you go, I didn't get this done because of that. Here's my plan to get it done this coming up week. So it's always holding you accountable to your own goals. The group doesn't make up the goals for you. You have your goals set. And we try to do it to just 3 subjects, usually 2 things you can get done on top of your business, and a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. Because if you get the 2 done, go after the BHAG. Go for it.
I'll tell you one of the best things I've ever seen happen in these, and I'll be honest, I was very guilty of it in the beginning. You've kicked my ass enough that I don't do it now. And the amount of times we have to go, and how does that help your business?
Yeah,
Because we've had,
that's
yeah, no, my goals are, well, I need to clean the kitchen this week.
yeah. And how does that help your business?
Now, if it was a bakery and they needed to redo something because something happened in the kitchen, that okay, yep,
We
absolutely.
get you. Yes. But we're talking, this is to move you and your goals, your business forward. And it could be the to-do list that you all create, but it's something like, hey, I want to create a new program. Okay, how's that going to help your business? Should you do it? Should you waste the time? It's a check-in with you. not people being mean, but it's amazing how many resources, or you could say, hey, listen, this was my goal. I didn't get it done because I got stuck doing this. I don't know how to unstuck it, get around it. Someone in the group might have an idea. They've been there, done it, or they have a resource or a person or something. The power of that is amazing. And now you're not
Hmm.
all alone in your business anymore. You're thinking strategically and working on it, not in it.
Yeah. And the other piece of this that's so strategic and just helpful is how many people we had come to us with a goal that has been so out there that they said, we're going to do this week. And we're looking there going, they just told us something that's going to be at least 80 to 100 hours worth of work. And they're
Easy.
going to do that in the next 7 days.
On top of what they have to do, and they can have a brick and mortar opening 10 hours a day. How are you going to get it done? You're not going to sleep, no family time, no downtime, no food. You're not going to eat, clearly, because you're going to work on this.
So we go, okay. So that's your big, hairy, audacious goal. That's what you want to get achieved by probably the end of this month or the end of this quarter. What is something that you can do that makes you feel like you took a bite out of this?
Right. And
The how do you eat an elephant?
one bite at a time.
Uh, and
And
too many
that's
people try and eat the whole thing.
right. And all this is doing is we want people to think instead of grinding it out all the time, take a deep breath and you have a resource, a group, so you can start thinking strategically, work on your business. And that's the whole goal of this episode. We want you working on it.
If I have a magical question for them to put down below because I'm curious. And this is like magic wand time. We have magic wands, everything's wonderful. If there was one thing in your business that you could say, I don't have to do anymore, this would be what you would hire someone. If you're not in a position to hire, this is like your goal is going to be to get to that place where you can hire that to do that. What is that piece of your business that you want to just hire out and be done with?
Yeah, let's see in the comments. Put them down below. We like to hear that stuff because we've all been there. And I did one of my businesses. What's the one thing I hate doing that I dread doing? And I wrote it down and I said, I need to hire a person to do that. And guess what? I found that person and they loved it.
Sorry, I know one of the things you hated and that because it's also something I hate. Hate dealing with there's certain type of people we can't stand dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have someone on my team that sends the nasty emails to those people, but done, no, because I'm like, oh my gosh, you just killed my energy. Like my energy, I'm
Yeah.
dead from this call.
And maybe that's what you need in your business. In one of the businesses I was turning around, I was that guy to take that off the plate of the CEO. And he goes, I'll be the bad guy at these scenarios, and you're going to be the bad guy in these scenarios. So we had a plan to do it, but he brought me on. Part of my job was to relieve him that stress. And I had him relieve the stress of me from doing the other things. And it worked out really well. But we realized ourselves what we dreaded doing in our own roles. This is what we're saying. It's going to move your business forward. It really
And
will.
then, and then the same thing, what do you love?
Yeah.
What is it that lights you up that the minute you get up, if you were doing that all day long, you would just be the happiest person in the world.
Yeah.
Just being on your business instead of in it is also giving yourself the permission and the privilege to do more of that, even if it isn't in the business task. If it's lighting you up in a way that is giving you the passion to the business, hell yes, do it. Have fun with it. Enjoy it.
So let's see those comments. What is one thing you dread doing in your business? And what is something that just lights you up and motivates you in your business? We want you to stop working in your business. You need to start working on your business and build that business. So for your exit end goal, what is it, whatever it may be, and have the strategies in place. Stop grinding it
Yeah.
out, doing everything.
No more nervous breakdowns, please. I
No.
don't want to see any more of those. I'm done seeing those.
All right, well, let's hear those comments, folks, from Steve and Karen. We're excited to start seeing how you're working on your business and not in it. Have a great day.
All right, and see you next week. Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.